Spawned by the genius of man, a new age is born in the roar of thunder and the fire of the sun.
At 8:15 in the morning of August 6th, the first atomic bomb struck an enemy target.
In this instant, Robert Oppenheimer recalls a passage from a sacred book of the Hindu.
Now I am become death.
On a sunny morning of August 6, 1945, Hiroshima woke up to what seemed like an ordinary Monday. The sky was clear, the summer heat filled the air, and life bustled as usual. Workers made their way to offices, children settled into their classrooms, and the hum of daily life echoed across the city. But at 8:15 a.m., everything changed. High above the city, an American Boeing B-29 aircraft flew, unnoticed by most. When something fell from the aircraft, no one could have imagined it was an atomic bomb. For 43 seconds, the object fell, unnoticed by those below. Then, in an instant, a blinding light engulfed Hiroshima. A fireball erupted. Temperatures soared to an unimaginable 4,000 degrees Celsius, and 80,000 lives were extinguished in a flash. The story begins in 1939 when Adolf Hitler's Germany invaded Poland, triggering World War II. The conflict quickly expanded, dividing the world into two major alliances. On one side were the Axis powers, Nazi Germany, Fascist Italy, and Imperial Japan. On the other side stood the Allied powers, including Great Britain, the Soviet Union, and eventually the United States. Initially, America sought to avoid the war, scarred by the devastation of World War I. But events in the Pacific would change everything. Japan, driven by imperial ambitions, was aggressively expanding its empire. Inspired by the colonization efforts of Western powers, Japan envisioned a Greater Asia under its control. Territories like Korea, Manchuria, and vast areas of Southeast Asia fell under Japanese rule. In 1940, Japan captured French Indochina, modern-day Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, aligning itself with the Axis powers. America, alarmed by Japan's expansion, imposed economic sanctions, cutting off essential supplies like steel, copper, and oil. With 80% of Japan's oil supply coming from the U.S., this embargo posed a severe threat to their ambitions. Japan faced a choice: withdraw from its conquests or find new sources of resources. Reluctant to abandon its imperial dream, Japan decided on a bold and reckless plan. It aimed to secure resource-rich territories like Malaysia and Indonesia, even if it meant clashing with Western powers. This decision set the stage for one of the most infamous attacks in history. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor, hoping to cripple America's Pacific Fleet and secure a free hand in Asia. In just 2 hours, Japanese aircraft devastated the harbor, destroying 19 ships, nearly 200 aircraft, and killing over 2,000 military personnel. This act of aggression forced America to join the war. The United States declared war on Japan.
Since the unprovoked attack by Japan on Sunday, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
And within days, the global conflict escalated as Germany and Italy declared war on the U.S. By the end of 1941, World War II had engulfed nearly every major nation. On 26 July 1945, the Potsdam Declaration was issued. The presidents of the United States and China, along with the Prime Minister of Great Britain, demanded Japan's unconditional surrender. They warned that refusal would result in prompt and utter destruction. However, the nature of this destruction was left unspecified. The Japanese people, enduring years of war, starvation, and economic collapse, could not have fathomed the existence of a weapon as devastating as the atomic bomb. By July 1945, anti-war sentiments were widespread among the population. Yet the military's grip was unyielding, and the emperor remained silent. Historians suggest that the emperor might have been inclined to surrender if assurances had been given about retaining his position in the occupied territories. However, the Allies demanded unconditional surrender. On 29 July 1945, Japan formally rejected the Potsdam Declaration. With this rejection, U.S. President Harry Truman authorized the use of atomic weapons. On the 6th of August 1945, at precisely 8:15 a.m., a Boeing B-29 aircraft named Enola Gay dropped the Little Boy atomic bomb on Hiroshima. This marked the first use of nuclear weapons in warfare. Survivors recount the horrifying sequence: a blinding flash of light, deafening noise, and an intense heat wave of 4,000 degrees Celsius that vaporized people within its radius. The blast created permanent shadows of victims etched onto walls and pavements.